All right, I think I am live. So let me just go ahead and give you guys a quick introduction of what I was wanting to do today. So I have a whole bunch of palettes from the Glam Shop in Poland. So we've got like all of these guys, just all the different colors. And so we're going to be taking a look at those, and we'll run through them again here in a minute. And part of why I wanted to take a look at those palettes is that my video for tomorrow is all of the single shadows that I have from the Glam Shop, as well as all of the single shadows that I have from Brnovich. We're just kind of literally swatching up and down both of my arms in that video, as you guys can see all the different shadows that I have. And so I'm really, really excited about that. And I thought that for today, we could create a really awesome look using some of the palettes that I have from them. And so we have like literally, I've got 6 different palettes here from the Glam Shop. And so, hi Debbie, thanks so much for coming by. So we're going to be taking a look, since you just popped in, we're going to be looking at the Glam Shop palettes from the company in Poland. And in my video tomorrow that I have, it's going to be all of my single shadows that I have from them. And so I thought it would just be kind of fun to do a couple looks with the palettes that I've got, because they're really, really pretty color stories. Like this is the burgundy one, and it's like all of the really pretty mauvey reds. And then let me show you the blue one, because I love a good blue palette. Look at that guy. Oh man, I'm so excited. And then there's also like, I think my second favorite is probably the green one, which is this guy right here. And oh, I love me some color, so I'm excited to do that. And then for the giveaway, we're going to be doing a ton of About Face products. And so, hey Eeyore, thank you so much for coming by. Oh, I'm so excited for you guys to see this. Yes, right? Isn't the green palette so nice? Eeyore, since you just jumped in, we're looking at the Glam Shop. And so this is the green palette that I've got from the Glam Shop, but I've also got 5 more. And so this was the blue one that I had just showed a second ago. We've got burgundy, which is this guy. And then I've got yellow and orange and red as well. The yellow one, honestly, oh, thank you. It's super comfy. For whatever reason, we actually had snow this morning. So it's really weird. There's literally like snow on the mountains right outside of my house, and I live in Arizona. So it's actually a little cold. This is the yellow one, and I think this is like the closest dupe that I've ever been able to come across for like the Midas Cosmetics Lemonade palette. I think this is like super duper close to that, and so I'm excited to test it out and see if it actually is or not. Right? Aren't they nice? And I like that they're 9-pan palettes. I think, I don't know, I've seen some of the, what even is weather anymore, right? I don't know. It's all ridiculous. And it's like my brother and sister-in-law, they live on the East Coast, and it was like warm out recently for them. And I'm just like, what is even really happening? I don't know. But yeah, so I thought we could just literally like do a couple eye looks with these. And then I'm also doing a big, big giveaway. I have a whole box of About Face cosmetics. And so someone that's a lucky winner is going to get all of that. And so I have all of them myself as well. And so I thought that I could show you guys what the products are that someone's going to be getting in the giveaway. But it's going to be open for like a week. And so, you know, there's lots of time to enter. But we have 4 of the like eyeshadow sticks that they have. And those are really pretty. I think they honestly like work really well as an eyeliner as well as like just a shadow. And so like this is the pink one, and they're super soft. This lighting is not doing me any favors right now. But they're really, really soft. I would say that from when I've tested them out, the eyeshadow sticks are like not super easily blendable. And so I wouldn't recommend like trying to use them together. So this is that goldish one. And then I've got a lime green. And this one I think is probably one of my favorites because it's just such a nifty, like yellowish, limey shade. Hi, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. We're just going over what's going to be in the giveaway. So it's like a whole bunch of About Face products. And the last of the eyeshadow sticks is this really pretty blue. So that's that guy right there. And so yeah, I wouldn't recommend like trying to blend these together because they don't blend super well, but these guys blend really, really well. And so I have 3 of these as well. And these guys are like your liquid shadows. So this is the white one. And if you use a brush, they don't dry down super duper fast. And so you can definitely kind of blend it out to whatever level you want. If you take one of the other shades, so like we'll take this blue one and I'll put it next to it. So this is a really pretty navy, and you can blend the 2 shades together and they stay wet for a decent amount of time, so you can see. And then I also have a really nice evergreen shade. And so those are the 3 liquid shadows that are going to be in the giveaway. You can see just a nice evergreen. And then the last 2 products are going to be a lip gloss. And I can throw that guy on real quick so you guys can see what that looks like because I don't have any lip products on yet. So it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. But very lightweight. It's not sticky like at all. And this is the shade Light Lock. And so yeah, it's really, really pretty. It's just this kind of champagne-y pink shade. So it adds like a little bit of shine on there. And then the last thing is going to be a highlight. And I really like the packaging for this. This is kind of like geometric with like a little bit of a pink tint to it. I think it's really pretty. And let me see if I can figure out how to open it. There we go. So this is the shade on the inside. It's kind of a little bit of a champagne-y pink shade. Go ahead and swatch this guy. Let's put that right there. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a champagne-y shade. I'm going to turn my ring light down. This thing is obnoxious. There we go. It's daylight out. I don't even know why I had that on. So you can see it's a little bit, just a nice sheen that it adds on there. So that's this strip right here. Just a nice kind of pinkish champagne-y shade. And so I think they're really, really pretty. I like all of the products. I've been kind of testing them out, and I think that these guys are definitely the best way to use them is either like as a waterline or just as a one shade to kind of coat your eye. I wouldn't try and blend them. Anytime where I've tried to do that, they don't really want to mix together. But these liquid guys definitely mix really, really well. And so you can create all kinds of really pretty shades with that. And so, yeah, that is all of the stuff that is going to be in this. And really the only things I think for the giveaway that I'm going to have is that like you need to be subscribed so that I know who you are. And then like subscribe to my Instagram so that way I can actually get a hold of you because YouTube doesn't really have like a good way for me to reach anybody. Like I've done a couple other giveaways and like it's not easy to try and reach people. And so yeah, just my Instagram is the same thing as my YouTube channel. It's just Beauty Jacked. And so if you subscribe to both of those and then leave a comment once the live stream is done in the live stream video, just comment down there that you want to be entered in the giveaway and you will be entered. I think the only restrictions on there is that I'd like for whoever enters to be 18 or older so that way, like, I don't know, everyone always says that and I'm always like, why? Like, are they not allowed to be under 8? Like, is there like parental restrictions? I don't have any kids and so like I don't know what the rules are with that. And so I've just always been like, you should be 18 or older so that way I don't have to worry about whatever that means. But yeah, that is the giveaway. And so I thought that we would jump into the Glam Shop palettes. Are there any in particular that you guys would be interested in having me do a look with? I can do like one look on each eye, so we can test out a couple palettes. So we have the burgundy, which is like your deeper wine shades. I have a blue and a green one. And then I have the yellow one. And the orangey one is kind of like this. And then the pink one looks like this. I think it's got a pretty pink one. But if you guys like have any preferences on which one we could start with and then just kind of go from there, I would be all about that. But otherwise, I will pick, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a surprise to anyone that's been like watching me for a minute that it's probably going to be the blue and the green palette, because those are like my two favorites. But yeah, I think like this is probably one of the prettiest monochromatic blue palettes that I've ever come across. Green and pink. How did I know, Debbie, that you would probably want to have the pink one in there? Like, I feel like you look amazing in pinks and purples, and so like not surprised that you would like this guy. We can definitely do green and pink, then that way I get my way with the green palette too. Just super pretty. Oh man. But do you guys want me to swatch before I start doing an eye look? I always reach for green, right, Eeyore? I mean, green is where it's at. But we can definitely swatch these bad boys before we jump into them. I usually like to swatch anyway, just because then I actually know what I'm putting on my face, because sometimes when I'm just looking at the palette, like nothing hits me inspiration-wise, and so I'm like, what do I even do? But yeah, we will swatch, and I will not attempt to pronounce these names. If you want to hear trash Polish, you can watch my video tomorrow where I do all the single shades and attempt to pronounce the Polish names, because I don't speak Polish, and so it was a disaster. All right, so first one is, this is the green palette that we're doing first. So we've got this kind of goldish, I would say it's not quite a topper, but it's definitely a lighter type shade. And then we have the first of the greens. Oh, that is a shiny green, and it's got a little bit of like a gold to green shift. And then we've got a matte shade of green, which is kind of a nice, it's got like a little bit of like an olivey undertone, I think. All right, so that's the first three. And then we have a whole row of just nothing but metallics, which I'm all about that. I honestly wouldn't mind just wearing metallics for the rest of my life and just shining like the stars in the sky. I'm not poetic, I don't know where that came from. All right, so the next one is going to be a greenish gold duochrome, and it is super pretty. Camera's picking up the gold, and then I'm seeing more of like a limey green as I look at it, but very pretty. I like that they have like that this one isn't just a monochromatic palette, that it also has like a little bit of some gold shades, right? Just all the shimmery shades you are. All right, the next one is this middle shade. Ooh, that's got definitely more of an olivey brown undertone with just like ever so slight of a green on there. So that would be really good for creating some depth to the look, because that's definitely a deeper shade. And then the last one has almost a bit of a bluish undertone to it, and this guy's more of a shimmer, so it's like one of those matte shades that has like some of the speckles of glitter in it, and so it's not quite a metallic. Okay, that's kind of an interesting tone though, like considering that all of the other shades so far are more on the warm toned yellow side with the green, this guy having like a little bit of blue as an undertone. I don't know yet. I don't know what I think about that. All right, and then the bottom row is three more mattes, and these guys are definitely where you're going to get a lot more of your different tones. She's dreaming, and so she's giving like little woofs in the background. All right, the first of the matte shades is this, definitely, that's a bright yellow. That's like a mustardy yellow. And then we have more of a brownish olive undertone for that second matte. And then the third one is also kind of a bit of an evergreen type shade. So I think that that one would go nicely with that. So definitely more interesting. How do I bend my arm here? Definitely more interesting than what I was expecting. It's certainly not a monochromatic palette like the majority of the others are that I have. And so that's super duper interesting. Let me see here. Okay. We're going to probably end up having to do like, ooh, you know what? I can just do the front of my arm. We'll just do that. So then this is the rose pink one. And this has 5 metallic shades and then 4 mattes to it. She's definitely not protesting. She's sleeping, and she's a very, very active sleeper. And so she'll like twitch a lot as she's sleeping, or she will like give little woofs. The cutest though is when she's sleeping and she like dreams that she's eating something, because she'll make that sound of like she'll do that while she's sleeping, which is just like the cutest thing ever. All right. Ooh, this guy is super soft. This first shade that's like this light white shade. It does have some pink in there, but it is very, very buttery soft. All right. So here's that first one. And I would say that this formula-wise is almost kind of like the flaky glitters that you can get from Copacetic Cosmetics. It is very, very shimmery, but it does blend out a little bit better than the flaky. So it's not quite a flaky glitter. It is still more on just a regular metallic side. That is super duper shimmery. Yeah, oh man. I haven't seen your doggies yet, Debbie, because I don't think they're on too many of your videos. You should have them come on. I love when other people have their doggos pop up. Oh, he howled? Oh my gosh. Like a real howl? Did he wake himself up, or did he like sleep through it? Because Falco will like legit bark while he's sleeping and doesn't wake him up at all. Like it's like it didn't even happen. All right, so the next shade is going to be our first matte. And this is a nice kind of burnt rose shade. And then the first metallic is going to be pink with a bit of a goldish shift. So that's very pretty. I'm excited for this. They are huge. That makes sense. Rogue is the only one where I can like realistically scoop her up and like put her on the camera with me. Falco is too large for me as I am sitting to attempt to muscle him over for you guys to take a look at. So it's usually just if he sits up that someone sees him, but he's usually napping. They're both, I think for the most part, they're usually really, really well behaved while I'm filming, which is nice. It's only if they hear something outside that they kind of go a little bit nuts. He sleeps through it. Nice. Oh. Ooh, Sharpays? Nice. They are big, holy moly, but they're adorable. Our Sharpays are the ones that have like the extra wrinkles, right? The wrinkly skin. Oh, they're so pretty. Like big pillows. And then a Beagle Sheltie mix. Very cute. Oh man. I don't think I've seen like a mix for a Beagle. I've met a couple purebred Beagles. But I don't think I've seen, does that mean that like he has a bit of longer fur? Because Shelties have like longer fur? Dingo, bingo, and bingo. Oh man, I'm totally tuning in, Debbie. Oh man, just for the doggos. You can convince me to watch anything if there's gonna be doggos in it. It's like automatic. I will watch. All right, so the next row is gonna be lots more pink. So we have this bright, bright bubblegum pink. And then the metallic is definitely more red, which is kind of interesting. I hate my lighting on my camera. This is a disaster. You guys, this is why I always have to describe what the shades look like, because what I see and what you guys are getting on my monitor is just a disaster. All right, and then the second matte for this row is more of a like a hot fuchsia pink. So definitely deeper than this guy, but not quite as deep as the burnt rose one. Medium length fur. Yeah, nice. Oh man. That's awesome. So we all get to deal with the shedding that occurs with our doggos. I think that's one of those things where, like, anytime people come over that don't have dogs and they're just like, there's dog fur everywhere. Do you just not clean your house? And I'm like, actually, fun fact, I clean on a pretty regular basis. Like when I was living in Germany, it was legitimately like at least 3 times a week that I was vacuuming my house. And it was like I didn't even do it. So it's always kind of funny when non-pet owning people come by and they're just like, your house is a disaster. I'm sorry. Not only do you have to deal with the fact that I shed like crazy, but my doggos shed as well. Right. Just, oh, it's literally like as soon as I'm done vacuuming, it's like I didn't do anything because like they're just already, it's like one of them will shake afterward because they're shaking for whatever reason. It's just, you can see the fur flying and you're just like, well, I'm gonna go drink a beer. Yes, please send pictures, Debbie. I would love to see them. Right, Eeyore, these swatches. I'm glad you guys are able to, like, because my monitor is not showing any kind of quality like picture to me right now, and so I never know like how clear is this for you guys. Roomba, yes. So the house that I'm going to be moving into in May is just a 1-story, and so when I was in Germany, I couldn't do that because it was like the narrowest like townhouse, but it was like 3 stories. And so having a Roomba was like, well, you're going to vacuum 2 rooms and then you're going to fall down the stairs. Yeah. Yeah. And so for this place, it's just single story. And so I can just have a Roomba go around, save me at least a little bit of work, hopefully. All right. So this last row is more metallics. So we've got this really pretty kind of reddish pink metallic who sheds. Cat. You have a mini horse, Eeyore? Oh my God, I need for you to send me a picture. I want to see it. Ah. God, I want one. All right, so then the last of the matte shades is this kind of deeper plummy shade, which is very pretty. And then we have the final metallic. Ooh, that is like a glammy pink red. That is very nice. I think I'm kind of preferring this color story to the green one is cool. Like I like all the golds and the greens, but I think this pink palette's going to be super duper fun. Yeah, I'm glad. All right. Okay, so I think I'm probably, why don't we start with the pink one and then we'll go into the green after that. And then we can kind of see how that goes. Because I think for the green one, I'm probably going to end up like using more of the yellow tones. And so I'm going to stick to like this half of the palette because I don't really want to get into like more of a bluish tone. I want to really stick with those green shimmers because I think they're going to be real pretty. And this guy is like, right, you can't even see it with the glare. This guy as an inner corner is going to be real nice. Ginger, love it. Ah. All right. Man. Also, BT Dubs, I'm wearing the Lethal Cosmetics face palette again, and I'm like on a daily basis slapping this stuff on my face because it is so nice. So I've been using this contour guy right here, and then I've been using like the pink guy to like start off on just like the apples of my cheek and then pulling it to about here. And then I'm taking the orange shade to like glow up. Like, so I've been like my blush has been like going up to here because I'm like, I want to glow. So I've been really liking that. Let me know if it's too much, but can you really have too much though? Can we? She's been trained by, okay. So she's a therapy horse. That's awesome. I haven't met anyone that had a therapy horse before. That's awesome. Wow. I mean, I feel like horses a lot of times can be like smarter than dogs a lot of times for training. And so that's awesome. Okay. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, I'm loving it. I didn't throw a highlighter on my face though, so you could probably, nope, you know what? I'm kind of liking the non-highlighter. All right, we're gonna jump into the pink first. What do you guys think? Should I go with more of the reddish tones or should I go with the pinky tones? I'm kind of liking the reddish with like the deeper pink that's like that one. I think I might do that. We're gonna go on my right eye for the pink. I'm sweating. The sweatshirt was a bad choice. Yeah, I've heard that they can be super duper smart. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. We're gonna start, yeah, so I'm gonna go into this darker pink. We're gonna do that one first, and then we'll deepen out the outer corner with this kind of burgundy shade that's like a burnt rose burgundy. Oh, Rogue is up. There she is. She's fixing the blanket. Oh, big yawn. Yeah, she likes to have a fluffy blanket on the bed, and she likes to like smoosh it up and then sleep that way. So it's always cute to watch her. She has to like spin in circles 10 million times before she can lay down. All right, so we're gonna do the first half with this like hot pink matte shade. And just from the looks that I was doing with the single shadows, that'll be in my video tomorrow, these eyeshadows are like a dream to work with. They're super duper pigmented, but you can definitely blend them out. And there's like almost zero fallout, even with the metallics. Like I was packing the metallics onto my face and it was just doing like no fallout, but just blending in really, really nicely. So I am a super duper fan of this. Plus, when you go onto the website, they're like significantly cheaper than American brands because they're sold in the Polish currency. And that particular currency like doesn't have as much value as the dollar. And so you're able to get a lot more. And so like I did not pay, I think I paid like around $100 for like 7 of these. And then just like a whole bunch of their single shadows, I think, because I think I've got like around like 25 of the single shadows, and that included like multi-chromes and these other special formula shades, and it was not overly pricey at all. You know, I think instead of doing that top burnt rose shade, we're going to go into this kind of plummy shade instead. I think that's going to blend with the pink a little better. Yes, that was a correct decision. And this is where we get to see that when I do my makeup, it goes everywhere until I clear it out. And so I always have like a sponge and some extra brushes handy because I will take it like out to here and then have to clean it up. All right. Yeah. But you can already see, like, I'm not doing a ton of blending, but it is just seamless. Like, this is a significantly lighter shade than this guy, and it blends so nice. Like, their palettes and really their singles, like everything eye-wise is totally worth it. So I have yet to be disappointed. I'm going to be doing a purple look because I do also have a purple palette from them, but I purposefully am keeping that out of this one because I have an entire video that I'm going to be posting next week that is like 10 different purple shadows that are all going to be battling it out to see which one's the best. And so that's going to be in that video. And so I didn't want to like do 2 looks back to back with the purple one. All right, so I think for the under eye, we're gonna make it a little bit more bold, and so I think we'll go back into that little bit lighter pink and then a little bit of the extra light pink, and we're just gonna stamp that under the eye. I am also somebody that has super duper sensitive eyes, and so usually I can only get away with using palettes that are vegan. For some reason, like I was looking at all of the ingredients, and the vegan palettes are the way to go for me. And these guys, I honestly don't know if they're vegan or not. I don't think they are, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But I have not had any issues with them whatsoever. And I have super duper sensitive eyes where it's like they'll get really, really red and start running. But these guys have not done that. Yeah, this is blending really, really nicely. All right, we're gonna get into some of these metallics. What do we think? I think we're gonna use this guy for the inner corner, and yeah, yeah, no issues. Because that's always such a struggle for me. It's like there are certain brands where I cannot use any of their eyeshadows, and it's so frustrating. Like Melt is one of those, and it's so upsetting to me because it's like of all of the companies, I can't use Melt, and they're the company that does like the most fun grungy green palettes, and so it like breaks my heart. Right? She's just, they're both kind of just laying here. You Falco? It's right here. I'm gonna scratch his head. Oh, he fell right asleep with that. Okay, I think we're gonna go into this guy and then this one for the outer corner. We're just gonna put that on the lid, but not take it above the lid so we can still see some of those matte shades as well. There we go. Right? It breaks my heart. Because every palette that I see from them, especially the ones that they do that are like the 420 themed ones, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna get all of them. And then I had bought the Gemini palette, which was like a combination neutral and grungy green palette. And I was so excited. I'm like, this is gonna be amazing. And I wasn't even halfway done with the eye look, and tears just streaming down my face. I was like, well, guess I won't be using that one again. And then I had tried with a couple of the blue shadows that they had with that recent release, and that was a no-go. So it's pretty much not going to happen, unfortunately, with Melt, which is just heartbreaking. But I've pretty much had to create like a list of which companies I can use and which ones I can't, so that I don't accidentally get like, I don't know, tempted with a palette from them and then find out, oh, you can't use it. That's too bad for you. All right, we're gonna go into this darker metallic for the outer half. Yeah, but layering these guys has just been a dream because they not only blend really, really nicely with each other, but you can still see like all of the base shades that you're putting on, and then it just blends out seamlessly. Like, this is real, real nice. Yeah, I have not been able to figure it out yet. Like, there's been like somewhat of where like I know that no vegan palette is going to create a problem, and so I typically always try and just get palettes that are vegan, but every once in a while I'll try and grab some palettes that aren't. And some of them cause problems and some of them don't. And so it's just I never know. It's like eyeshadow roulette. Is today gonna be the day that I have a reaction or is it not? All right, I am loving this look. It is super duper pretty. And I have not been tapping off my brush as I'm going into the metallics. And so like you can see in the pan, I'm gouging in there. And on my eye, there's like, I can see 2 tiny specks of fallout and that's it. So these are really, really good if you're someone like me, because I mean, this is even staying somewhat pretty on the eye. Like I'm not going nuts with it and means very little having to clean up the edges, which is very nice and preferable. Let me dust away those 2 little specks because otherwise I'm gonna make it worse. Yeah, it's already cleaned up. So that is super duper fun. And then for the inner corner, we're gonna go into that really light shade. I'm excited about that one. Also, yes, I totally am cleaning off my brushes on my sweatshirt. So that's how I do. Also on my tights. So far, I haven't had any issues with things not getting cleaned out, but there's going to come a day where it's not going to clean out and I'm going to be real upset because I'm too lazy to have like Kleenexes or anything around to just wipe off the brush into that instead. All right, here we go. Okay, so this guy definitely starts off a bit chunkier, and so you're definitely going to want to keep your eye closed as you start applying that if you're going into the inner corner. But even with that, like this is blending in with that other shade. Very, very nice. It was just a real pretty pop of pink. Just use towels. Yeah, I can't be bothered to grab anything. It's like if it's not immediately in front of me, I won't use it. And I will never remember to grab a towel before I start filming. Like I'm lucky, like the number of times where I've been mad at myself because I forgot to get my sponge wet before I sat down. And then I was like, well, looks like I'm using a dry sponge for today. It's a problem. Yay! Debbie, honestly, I feel like the number of times where I go back and I edit my videos and you have cameos in them because I'm just watching you while I'm doing my makeup to get ready for filming is hilarious. Like it's it's like every single video. All right. I think we're pretty much done with that with the powder. So let me slap some mascara on real quick. So that's so smart, ER. Like I never have the foresight. Like I'm lucky if I can even remember what I'm supposed to be doing 5 minutes from now. And so like to think ahead on grabbing a towel is like non-existent for me because like my job is one of those jobs where you have to brain really, really hard. It's not like a manual labor type thing where you're like out doing maintenance on stuff or anything like that. And so I'm just sitting in front of a desk having to have my brain function so hard for like 10 hours a day. And so by the time I get home, I'm like lucky if I can even remember my own name, let alone speak English or remember to grab a towel. And so I try to do my best. This mascara is real nice. This is the Grande Drama Intense Thickening Mascara with castor oil, in case anyone's curious. I think that turned out real nice. Brain shut down, 100%. And then for the bottom, I was using the Tarte Surfer Curl just because the brush on this one is a little bit of that like thinner, longer brush. And so for my lower lashes, I find that usually works better than if I use the thicker brushes that are like this. but I do like the natural brush ones. I'm not a fan of the like silicone mascaras. Those, for whatever reason, don't work out as well for me. Right. What is a brain? Okay, so that was the pink palette, and I think this is very much Barbie vibes, which I am loving. I definitely like a good pink. Almost knocked down the whole box for the giveaway. So we're gonna go ahead and close that up because I am a spaz and I will knock it over. Just, you know what, we're gonna put that back here so that it's safe. Okay, now onto the green eye. And I definitely think that we're gonna use like this guy on the inner half, that green on the outer half, and then just all of these metallics, like this quad of metallics right here is going to be real nice. She does have a channel. Yes, she's super duper big on Twitch. Let me see here. Okay, let me see here if I can grab. Yeah, so if you're on Twitch, if you just search for Emily Original with the 2 R's, she is definitely on there a ton. And she is like the queen of the long live streams. And so it's my favorite because I don't always know when people are going live on things. And so I have a tendency to like miss it. But with Eeyore, she's fantastic because she's on there for like 3 hours sometimes. I think, Eeyore, didn't you do a live stream one time that was like, what was it, like 6 hours or something like that? It was amazing. And so I was like, this is perfect. I can catch it. It's not like I'm going to miss the whole thing. Yeah, definitely find her. Oh, she's so amazing. And like, so Eeyore, I've been wanting to do the look that you did a couple weeks ago. Yes, Debbie, I will send it to you on Instagram. And she did this look that was like, you have to be like really good with like a black liner, and then she put a green metallic liner on top of the black liner, and it was so cool. I've been wanting to do that, and I tried it the other day, and I was like, oh, this is where we find out that yours like makeup skills far exceed my own. It was so bad. Oh man. Oh man, 10, right? Like just on there for so long, but I love it. It's awesome. Yes, Debbie, you do really good long streams too. Meanwhile, there's me where I'm like, lucky if I do. I think my longest one was 40 minutes. And so this one might exceed that. Yes, I'm at 43 minutes. Look at that. New record. Yes. Oh, you guys are so talented. I wish I could do that. I would be freaking out the whole time. All right, we're going to jump into the green eye. And so we're going to start off with that yellow shade. And this is where we find out, guys, because as you know, yellows can be tricky on whether they'll actually show up or not. So let's see here. Starting off pretty good. Rogue's shaking the whole bed. That's a decent yellow. All right. Yes, Eeyore. She does a ton of really cool videos, really bright products. So like as much as I like color, Debbie likes color just as much. And oh man. And her hair, I live through Debbie's hair because she does all of the most awesome hair colors. And unfortunately, I will never be allowed to do that as long as I am at this job. And so I live all of my hair color dreams through Debbie. All right, Rogie, Miss Ma'am, what are you doing? She's getting into my craft section of my room. Trying to mess up all of the cotton bags that I have. Not cotton, but like for stuffing things, because I'm doing like a couple craft projects where I'm like making those pumpkins out of cloth. And so I've got like 3 bags of stuffing over there. And she's like, for me to eat? Yes. All right, we're going to go into that green for the back half. So let's see how this blends together. I have no idea if you guys are able to hear the fact that the laundry machine is going on right behind my room. I hope not. All right. That's blending pretty nicely so far. I think this is where we get into like that I don't have the patience to continue to blend. And so it's like, this seems good enough. And it could literally have just like a straight line going down. And I think you had that on like your live stream the other day where you were like, I need to blend it more. And I was like, it already is blended, right? That's blended. All right, we're gonna, I think, add just a smidge more of the yellow so that it's not quite a line. Oh yeah, that did it. That was the thing. Okay. All right, I'm getting some fall vibes with this eye. All right, and then for the under eye, I think we'll just stick with that green because I have no imagination. And so we're just gonna pull that. Okay. That's looking all right. Thing on this one, I do have to clean up the corner a little. I took it a little too far out. Okay. All right, let's get into those metallics because this is where the fun begins. All right, what do we want to do? I wonder if we start with maybe this more yellowish kind of tone, and then we go into the more greenish one, and then finish up with that darker shade, and then we'll do the inner corner with that guy. I think that's how we'll do. Ooh, and then, honestly, I could probably use the pink liner real quick. I know this is completely like jumping back and forth, but I do like tight lining my eyes. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. All right. Just a light pink, probably can't even see that one, but it'll be more fun when we use this guy with this eye. All right. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I never know. Like I had one subscriber one time that was like, I can hear your fan that's going on as you're filming. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Because I don't wear headphones when I am editing. And so if it is a quiet sound, I'm not going to know. And I felt really bad. And so like ever since then, I'm like double and triple checking that the fan is turned off so that no one will be able to hear it. All right, here we go with this Oh, what? Oh, I want to lick it. It looks so nice. Oh, man, that is like the scaliest of yellowish metallics. Oh, I love it. And that's without like any setting spray. This is a dry brush. That is it. And Debbie, that's what I was thinking about with the Chaos Cosmetics loose pigments that you were talking about. Cause like I was losing my mind over that because I was like, how did it work for me? And it didn't work for you. And I was legitimately like so confused on what was happening. And it definitely is one of those things where like if you don't use like I have to use a mixing medium, otherwise like it's super not pigmented at all. And so I think that's what it was, is that for all of the swatches that I was doing, I was using a mixing medium the whole time. And so I think that's where like, that's what you have to do. But I also totally agree that like, if you require a mixing medium, you should maybe sell a mixing medium along with your stuff. And so I think that was where like, because I know that there's other companies where like if you need a mixing medium to make the eyeshadows work, they'll sell the mixing medium with it. And I don't think Chaos Cosmetics does that. And so I think that's kind of like, well, if you don't have mixing medium, then it's going to end up going real rough. And yeah. Man, I don't know why I'm chewing on my brush. That's so nuts to me. Cause like, did I get a different batch? Like, is that what happened? Like that I got a different batch? But like even there, batches should be pretty much the same, I feel like. I don't know. That still boggles my mind. And so I'm like real hesitant to try the other ones that I have because I'm just like, I don't want it to be bad. I don't know. Oh man. I felt so bad for you while I was watching that though. I was like, what is even happening right now? I've never had something that like turned out that terribly for me. And so I was just like, you poor thing. Like, why is it not working? I don't understand. Yes, let me know. Cause I like it. I did I did I did a video where I had swatched all of them, but I'll do some more swatches just to double check, and I'll send you some pictures. Because like when I film, like I don't have any kind of editing stuff on there, or like for pictures or anything like that. Like I don't know how to do that. And so I'll re-swatch like the exact shade that you were using in your video. I'll swatch that one. And then I'll send you the pictures that I have of it so we can kind of compare, because what if it is a different formula? Like, what if they like changed their formula and didn't say anything? Like, I feel like that's a little weird. I don't know. We're going to jump into this second green shade here. Also, ooh, that blends really nicely. Holy smokes. This green eye is doing a lot for me right now. This is very nice. Look at how nicely that blended with the other metallic. Like, I did not think that those were going to go together that well. This is real nice. I'm all right with it. Yeah, right. Like, maybe they did just change the formula. Like, that's weird. All right, we're going to jump into this darker one for the outer corner real quick, because I have dog fur all over my brush. That's fantastic. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh man, stunning. These shades, like, seriously, the Glam Shop is like easily becoming one of my favorite European brands, because this is, I don't want to toss it out there, but like this is Cleonda level quality of formula. Like, I'm going to say it. I said what I said. All right, let me go ahead and clean this up because I went way too nuts on here. Okay. I'm going to be a little sparkly on there. Hi, thank you so much for coming. We're finishing up the green eye on here. This is with the Glam Shop. They're out of Poland. This is the green palette that we're using on here. And we had done the pink eye with this palette. Cecily, yay, you made it. Welcome, welcome. Oh man. My name's Kat. Hello. Thank you guys so much for coming. So we are finishing, right? Ooh, I mean, Tammy Tanuka. I've got like 6 boxes of loose pigments from Tammy Tanuka. And I picked up, I want to say, I've got the Chinchilla palette from her, and I just ordered that new blue one that she had that came out. Um, Hi, Jen. It's so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. Right, just hot fire. Oh, I love everything about them. I'm definitely going to be doing a video at some point here before the end of the month where I'm going to show you guys all of the loose pigments that I have from Tammy Tanuka because I gotta touch them. I gotta play with them. All right, we're gonna finish with the inner corner. So we're gonna go into, where is it on my arm? This kind of goldy shade top there. We're gonna slap that on the inner corner. These shades are blending super duper nice. I am very, very impressed. They are just as good as the loose pigments that I've got from Glam Shop. And so for those of you that just joined, if you're wanting to see the the single shadows that I have from Glam Shop, that video is going up tomorrow where I swatch all of them. I show you guys a couple eye looks, and I'm comparing the Glam Shop to the Bernovich makeup brand, and they're out of Belarus. So Belarus and Poland. I thought it was kind of cool to just take a look at some brands out of Europe that not a ton of people are talking about, but that are like super duper high quality. Easy to press according to, yes, yes. Marta, she like, I've been following her channel for like all of the guides on how to press loose pigments into the little pans. And so I got all of the pans. I just don't have like the liquids that she mixes with them to press them, but that's going to be happening very soon for sure. All right. For those of you that just jumped in, the giveaway is a whole box of About Face makeup products. So it includes a highlighter, the lip gloss, 4 of the shadow sticks, and then 3 of the liquid eyeshadows. So that is everything that you guys are getting. I essentially ordered the same thing twice so that I would have all of them and then that you guys could potentially get all of them as well. And so I'll be retossing the details down into the comments section after the live is done, but it's essentially just be subscribed to me on YouTube as well as Instagram, and then message down below that you want to be entered in the giveaway, and that's kind of it. Just so that I know who actually would like to be entered versus not. Nice, Cecily. That's awesome. Yes. Yeah, we're doing a giveaway. So that's going to be for that. I haven't done one in a hot minute. And fun fact, I'm going to be doing yet another giveaway in 2 weeks because I'm going to be at my 1-year mark in. So I wanted to do another giveaway for that. But this just arrived. I was kind of hoping that I was going to get this back in February. But it took a little longer than I expected. And so that's why we're doing it now. So it's like couple weeks of giveaways going on here. She's your Pat McGrath enabler. Oh man, I'll have to check her out. I did like a whole week of Pat McGrath looks back in January and I'm addicted so much. All right, we're gonna slap some mascara on real quick. Yeah, these shadows turned out so nice. I think, let's see here. There is also, I was showing, I've got like 7 of these palettes, and so I have a bunch more colors. And so if you guys are wanting me to swatch any of those at least, because since both my eyes are occupado, I can't do another eye look, but I can definitely swatch any of the other palettes if you guys are interested. So there's a blue one, a yellow one, a burgundy one, and then an orange one. Yeah, those are the shades. And so if you guys are wanting to see any of those swatched, toss it in chat while I am throwing the mascara on real quick. I also forgot to tightline, so we're going to do that real quick. All right. And these shadow sticks, so I like using them to tightline, but they also work really, really nicely as just like regular eyeshadow sticks. So you can just toss them on your lid. The only thing that I would caution on there is that they don't blend super duper well. And so I wouldn't recommend trying to blend any of the shades. If you're wanting to do that, these guys are where it's at, as I drop it all on my mirror. So these are the swatches from what you guys are getting in the giveaway. So you've got the pink one, the orange, the green, and the blue, and then the liquid ones. I had done white, and then I had done the navy next to it, and then I had kind of shown how you can do a gradient because they blend really, really nicely together. So super duper excited about that. Let's see here. Do you want me to swatch the blue for you, Cecily, so you can see what you're getting? This is the green one swatched, in case you were wanting to see that. So it does have a lot more of like your goldy greenish mixtures on there. So it's not as monochromatic as some of the others. And then a couple of the deeper tones do have a bit of a bluish undertone as well. And so it's not 100% monochromatic, but I think that kind of makes it into a nicer grungy green type palette rather than just a green. But we can swatch the blue one if you're wanting to see what that looks like so you know whether you should grab it or not. We'll do that real quick. But that is this dude right here. All right, I'm gonna swatch that guy on my, let's see here, on this arm. We're gonna do it on the inside of the wrist here. All right, so it seems like all of the palettes start off with what can be used as either a highlighter or an inner corner type deal. So this first one is a pretty light white, just a slight shimmer on there, definitely more of a topper with a tiny bit of a blue tint to it. And then the next one is a deep, deep blue. Holy crap, look at that. Oh my God, that's so pigmented, holy crap. Oh my God, that is like blue. All right. All right, and then the third one in that first row, that's a nice kind of sky blue. So one topper and then two matte shades. And then we've got two more matte shades and another metallic in the middle row. Okay, so then this is probably the lightest blue in the whole palette. So very, very light pale blue. And then we have a medium tone blue, which is very nice, right? And then we've got the first real metallic is this guy. And I would say that has almost a little bit of a goldish shift with it. And definitely more of a grayish undertone rather than being like outright blue. So like grayish blue tint with a little bit of gold. And then the third row is going to be two metallics and a matte. And this will be the darkest of the matte shades. So here's the first metallic. That's a pretty blue. Holy moly. All right. I figure, okay, that's more in the middle there. All right, that is very nice. It has a bit of a purple shift with it as well. And then what you guys are getting in the camera is that kind of turquoisey blue with like a little bit of a, looks like a silvery white kind of shift. The next metallic, oh, that's pretty. So that is like the deeper version of this. So where this guy has a bit of that purple shift, this guy does too, but it's the darker version. So that is very, very pretty. And then the last matte is this really nice deep navy shade. I gotta say, like out of all of them, this matte shade is nuts. That was so, so nice. But this is the entirety of the blue palette. There we go. Like, how do I turn my arm? Because everything's reversed. All right, so there you go, right? Did I convince you, Cecily? She's like, crap, I wasn't wanting to buy anything. Look what you did. Right? Oh, so, so nice. Oh man, I can't handle it. So this is what you would be getting, Cecily, if you want the green and the blues. These are your swatches. I don't even know like how to touch my face because I've got color everywhere now. Oh, so, so nice, right? Oh man, I can't handle it. Oh man. But yeah, I do also have a purple one that's going to be coming up in my video that's going up Thursday or Sunday of next week. And so I can show you guys the inside of that real quick, but I'm not going to swatch it because I don't want to ruin the video. But let me grab it real quick so you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see Falco laying here. I was hoping he was like somehow visible for you guys. This is the purple one. Ta-da! Is this not the prettiest purple? I'm telling you. I didn't need much convincing. Right? They showed up out of nowhere. So I want to say Marta was definitely the first person that I saw talk about them. But like the first time I looked at the site, they still weren't shipping to the US. And so I want to say that was what, like a month or two ago that they changed the website to where they actually ship to the US now. And so I immediately jumped on that train. I had been waiting because I was really, really upset when she was showing like how gorgeous everything was. And I was like, but I can't get it. Why would you show me that? Right? Ooh, these purples. So for the video that this is going to be in, it is essentially 10 different lilac-y purple palettes, and I'm comparing all of them. So you get to see an eye look from each of the palettes, as well as what the individual palettes look like, and we kind of talk about which ones have the best formula, and just break it all down. So I'm really excited about that one. That one's taken me a while to film because I don't like doing all of the purple looks at once, and so I was having to like space them out a bit, and then a couple of the palettes took a while to arrive, and so it has been a labor of love for like a month and a half to get that video up, but it will be coming next week. Yeah, so let's see here. Do we have room? Okay, I think I can make room. Let's see here. How would I do that? Yeah, I can make room below the green one if we are wanting to swatch one more palette. Oh, you know what? I've got a ton of room on this arm. Okay, we can swatch one more. So we have the yellow one, the orange one, and the burgundy one. What do you guys think? Which one do we want to see some swatches for? Introduced. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know what it was. Like, it might have just been that like I didn't know enough about like how to switch the language from Polish to English, and so I was attempting to like somehow magic up an understanding of the Polish language to try and figure it out, and I couldn't. But yeah, it's the orange one. We can totally do that. So that is this guy, which I think is like really pretty because it's not quite a neutral palette, but I definitely think it's more like office friendly, at least more so than some of the other palettes are. And so it's a good one. We can definitely swatch that real quick. All right. So this one is similar to the blue, that it has 5 matte shades and 4 metallics. This guy, however, does not have that lighter highlight shade. So that's kind of interesting that out of all of them, that's like the only one that's kind of missing it. Google Chrome. Yeah. I'm not tech savvy, Cecily. It's and by tech savvy, I'm like, the fact that I figured out how to turn my computer on to get it to work for today is already a feat in and of itself. Like, to figure out how to like make videos, I think I had to watch something like well over 50 hours of YouTube videos just to be like, okay, how do I turn my camera on? Where's the film button? Like that's my level of smarts on technology. All right, so the first row, we start off with a very light peachy matte. And then we go into the first metallic, which is definitely peachy toned, but has a bit of a gold shimmer on top. So very, very pretty. Yeah. Pity me, Cecilia. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, the day that like technology takes over completely is the day that I'm gonna like hide in a hole because I'm not gonna know what to do. All right, then the third metallic is this guy. Ooh, that is what? Look at that. That is like fire, literal fire on my arm. That is super duper pretty. And that is this shade right here. It's kind of that copper tone. That turned out real pretty. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by, Debbie. I'll definitely be checking your video out later. I'm excited. Got to see the pooper. But thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. All right, then we've got that second row. So here's the first metallic in that row. And that's just a nice kind of champagne-y topper shade. Very pretty. And then we have two more matte shades. So you've got this guy that is definitely your more true orange. And then we have this guy that is a bit of a deeper kind of burnt orange shade. Very pretty. All right, and then the last row has two more mattes and a metallic. And oh, that metallic is like butter. It is very soft. Okay, here we go. So we've got another matte shade. So lots of different tones to work with on those mattes. I think that's really nice. And so you've got a lot of different options for creating some depth to the look. Then we have that super soft metallic. Look at that guy. Oh man, that is super pretty. That's like a foiled metallic. That is real nice. And then the last shade is this matte shade. See, I definitely think you can really create a really nice look with a lot of depth. And even the metallic shades have different amounts of depth to them. You've got that burnt shade right there, that kind of lighter medium shade, and then your lightest of the metallics. Very pretty. Yeah, and again, guys, like super reasonably priced, because it is just like I got all 7 of these for I want to say around $100. Like it was not bad at all. Like it is for the quality that you're getting, they could have charged way more, and I still would have bought it. So these are very nice. Yeah, but I think that is kind of it for today. It's coming up on, I've got about 30 minutes before I have to go. My parents want to do dinner, and so I got to get ready for that. But thank you so much for everyone for coming and stopping by. I hope you guys liked this. I will have tomorrow my video of all of the single shadows from the Glam Shop, and I'll be comparing that to Bernovich single shadows. And when I tell you that the 2 of these companies, like, they are amazing. So I really hope you guys check that video out. So if you liked these looks and you like the swatches, you're going to be even more amazed when you see the swatches tomorrow, because oh, so nice. And then make sure you guys enter the giveaway if you were wanting to do that. So all you need to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and to my Instagram. My Instagram is literally the same thing as my YouTube. It's just Beauty Jacked. And then just let me know down in the comments once the live is done. Toss in the comments of the replay that you want to be entered. And that is it. And then, yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. It was so nice to meet you, Jen. Thank you, Eeyore. Thank you, Cecily. You guys are amazing. I'm so glad everyone was able to stop by. I hope this was fun for you guys. And if you don't have an Insta, I can just, if you have like a way of contacting like Jen, or not Jen, you're Jen. If you have a way of contacting Debbie, or me. You can leave an email or anything like that. I just need some way of like finding you if you win so I can send you the stuff. That's really it more than anything else. But yeah, just give me some way of finding you and then I can work from there. But yeah, if you can't follow on Instagram, it's not a huge deal. I just usually ask people to do that because that's like an easier way for me to get a hold of you. But if you don't have that, email, anything else, whatever works really. But thank you for coming by, Melusion. I'm so glad you liked it. You need to be a little more talky in the chat, is all I'm gonna say. How else am I gonna talk to you? All right, you guys have an awesome, awesome weekend, and thank you so much for stopping by, and I'm gonna dip.